Hey guys, we're alive. I've got Colton, I've got Pepper, I've got Brian. We're all sitting here doing stuff. So that's cool. Oh, we need music. I was at a meeting for NDK, and so literally until like 10 minutes ago. And I was like, oh crap, it's 9:50. I gotta go. So, luckily the meeting was at the Starbucks right down the street. So
there you go.
So, okay, well, I'm going to go on ahead and turn on the monitor here and switch to this guy, and then you guys can get to working. I got to talk to Mariah real quick. Messages from Mariah.
Messages from me.
Yep.
Hi, Maya.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Yep. So, okay, I'll be back in a sec. I'm going to switch to the monitor, and we even get it from, and even Brent says hi.
Hi,
Yeah,
Brent.
you guys should be the flock. That's a good one. I think that's awesome. The viewers of QuaCk are called the flock. I love this. Thing.
I didn't realize that we were choosing a name for the people who follow this.
Well, that's what Brent wants to do. So we let Brent lead the way there.
Okay.
So how are you guys?
Good, you?
Yeah, I'm here.
That's fair.
I'm doing the
That
best
is
I
fair.
can.
That is exactly what I would expect from everything going on with you.
Right. I think I'm so.
So I am doing what I'm supposed to actually do on Watercolor Wednesday, which is make watercolor.
Oh my god!
Portrait.
I know, what a coinkydink, right?
Actually doing what you say you're supposed to.
Yep.
What color are you making?
So I follow this watercolor paint maker who does this thing called paint roulette. And she does like a lot of things with like cockatiels and plants and stuff like on her channel. And so I'm just doing a paint roulette. And this particular color was made possible by Bill going over to where I have all my pigments and picking out three pigments to turn into a paint. So I'm tentatively have this name, but I don't know exactly if I'm going to stick with that name.
Okay.
So I'm making a color and then I will see on what it looks like to get the name.
I'm guessing green.
Well, you would think that, but I am working with an ochre, which
the Bill mix.
I don't know. I already have like a bluish color that Bill had me make for him. And that one was supposed to be purple, and it did not turn out purple. It turned out very much blue. Okay. So
I just see blue and yellow, so I'm like, green?
Well, it's PB17, which is like a lighter blue. And
maybe a seafoam green?
Mustard yellow?
I'm thinking so. But most of my stuff like right now is geared towards Halloween. So I don't know. The tentative color name is called Ghoul Green Skin.
Okay.
But again, like I said, I don't know if this is actually going to turn out green because sometimes the pigments interact in a way which turns it like a completely different color. And I've had that happen where I mix red into something, and instead of like the mixture becoming warm, it went like a completely dark route, and I had no idea on how to do that, and that experiment is never going to see the light of day. It was a horrible color. So I'm.
Or was it a lovely color?
I don't know. It looked like a shade of poop.
Works for me.
Yeah, baby poop to be
Baby,
exact.
oh, never mind.
Yeah, not whatever type of poop that you were thinking of that you probably enjoy looking at, Colton.
Apparently not.
Um,
Destroying my hopes and dreams. I see how you are.
Exactly. Did you want to say something?
no, not particularly. Just reacting to the horror of Colton wanting to see poop on.
I never said I want to see poop. I'm just saying getting that right color is not a hard. It's kind of hard.
Did you just about say getting that texture?
Yeah. It's because I've
He's
been in
been
texture
working-
hell.
You've been working with textures too much.
I know. Now we're on to portraits finally.
Ah. Is that why you had another portrait of Maggie Q that you did?
Maggie Q.
Yeah, didn't you draw like a portrait of Maggie Q the other day? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I wasn't doing Maggie Q, but I did do this portrait right here.
Oh. Hold on. I have to turn around.
This one?
Oh, okay. Yes, that one.
Yeah,
I
so
thought it
this
was
one's my
Maggie Q.
traditional class. That's kind of what I'm kind of working on here, but I also did this one too.
Oh, it's starting to rain.
It's
There you
been
go.
raining for a couple of hours where I am at, so
I say it's been raining all day.
Yeah.
Off and on for me.
so
But yeah, no, my traditional class, that's what we've been working on there. But now I decided to do something fun for me. So,
well, that's always good.
because this was a comic book cover, and now one of my teachers gave me, he's like, oh, if you really want to do that, let me baby diaper.
I mean, right now it does, the color in powder form does look like a baby diaper. So
It's definitely green.
Birthday boy. Sorry.
Hey, you're alive.
I am sorry. We had to. Because I walked in the door. Had to go put away all the stuff and everything like that. But I do have the birthday boy. He is.
Hi,
2
birthday
today.
cat.
happy
George.
birthday, George. You
Hi,
probably have
George.
no idea what we're talking about,
No,
but
he has no idea what we're talking about. But he's.
There was a weird conversation we were having, actually. Not weird. Actually, kind of weird.
It involved baby poop. Yeah.
Actually, no, it involved cats and dogs. And the way that they... so there's a thing that there's a thought process. The way that animals process how they see things and whatnot. Like, apparently dogs see everything slower than how our brains process everything.
Yeah.
And cats actually see it faster.
That would explain the spazzing a lot.
Right. And I was like, huh, I didn't even think about this. But like in the class like art thing I was in yesterday, that's kind of what someone brought that up, and I was like, oh, interesting.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense.
Uh-huh. But it's like how
Yes.
dogs and all that process us because it's like so slow. They actually don't hear us like normally. It's like kind of like muffled a little bit. It's like wah, 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 wah.
They do realize, though, that when we're mad or when we're happy or when we're sad, they do recognize that our emotions, though.
Right.
The best thing about dogs, where cats, they may recognize your emotions. They may not. Who knows?
You never know.
I think
So.
they recognize the emotions. They just don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
So did Raph make it yesterday or no?
Yeah. Raph was
Okay.
here yesterday.
So when I can make it, he says no. But when I can't make it, he's like, I'm all there.
I'm coming to the conclusion you're both just the same person.
Makes sense to me.
I
Totally
don't know.
canon.
I don't need that many kids.
That's fair.
But being married to Christina, I could probably do.
Yeah, it's true. There's that.
Yeah.
That one I could
I
probably
mean,
do.
and I think you would get hit on by enough men too to actually fulfill that role.
Oh, I've been hit on by plenty of men.
Yes, you have an adorable face, Colton. We all know it.
Oh, thank you. You're too sweet.
So, what do you guys think of this green so far?
I think it needs less yellow ochre and more of the
blue.
The blue.
It's
Oh no,
being
I kind of
paired
like
with
it. It kind of looks like frosting right now.
Well, it does have that dead zombie flesh look to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a very muted green.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I break out white titanium really is like when I'm doing like some sort of skin tone and I want it to like really be present on the paper. So
But the mind is split. Yes, our minds are very split.
what's up?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I can't
Brent.
read any of the comments, folks.
Oh, Brent's
Go
like
to the other side. Brent's
split
making
personality
comments
for
for
Colton
me.
and Raph. They're the
Yeah.
same person in body, but the mind is split.
I would like to know on how the difference of appearance occurs in live. That's where I would try to figure out where things are going.
It's like a magical girl transformation.
Oh,
They take out their little.
okay, I can get behind this. All right. So
I love
when
the idea
Colton
of
turns, so when
Raph
Colton,
pulling out a magical wand and going, magical
Ever since
Colton
the movie
power,
Split.
wake up.
oh jeez, I was
Sadly,
like
he's
more or
not
less
here to
thinking
take
like
this abuse.
but to transform back into to like if Colton had it and then transforming into Raph. I mean, what would
Oh no,
be
I
the
always lose some
item?
inches in height.
All right. This is definitely really okay. So this, by the way, the medium I am using is my normal medium that I use to make watercolor paint. The problem is this is extremely fresh, as in I made it today. So it makes everything super thick.
Pepper, what is your medium?
This is gum arabic, distilled water, tea tree oil for making sure that it doesn't get any type of microbes in it, in fungus while it's drying.
Gum Arabic's also in gouache too.
Huh?
They use gum Arabic and gouache as well.
Watercolor or water-based gouache, not acrylic gouache, but water-based gouache does it basically is the same thing. Essentially what I'm making is a semi-transparent watercolor. If I introduce like more titanium white or marble dust, it would turn into gouache. That's basically what it is. I'm just mixing in the medium, I think, to the best of my knowledge right now. I just need to make sure that it does because I don't want it to like rub off the page and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also the first time I've made this color, so I think I got it. It's not quite the texture I want it before I start mulling. Oh, I also forgot one thing.
Why am I doing it the hard way? I'll just do this easier. Bam! I love you, lasso tool.
I love you, lasso tool. You're my best friend.
It makes certain things so much easier.
It does. I mean, I'm snickering, but the reason I'm snickering is because I agree. I mean,
You better agree.
I can't actually disagree with how much I love the lasso tool.
I saw. Thank you, Brent. I appreciate it. Brent was making sure I was streaming as well.
Yar. Oh, I was gonna invite Oi Bob. Crap.
Well, you can still
Invite him
play
now.
with Bob.
Invite him now.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Bob doesn't sleep.
Well, maybe,
And he does on occasion, but
I'm gonna invite him anyway.
I thought he was an artificial intelligence
on Tuesdays, yes.
on Tuesdays.
Today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. They let him out of the cage.
All right. I also have a thing for water, just in case. And I forgot to also add this. That is so that it spreads a little bit better. And I'll put a little bit more water in it.
There we go. I totally forgot. Right? Says the guy who's right now at midnight and passing it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Oh, Brent.
Brent is saying sleep. Never heard of it. What is this? Oh, that's all of that? Good heavens. Okay. Now I think this is about all I'm going to be able to get away with.
With your 3D models?
Well, Blender has always done really weird crap with the cylindrical projection. Like, when you do cylindrical projection, I would like it to look like this, a square, right? It's a cylinder. But when you actually say project to a cylinder, unwrap, and project.
Oh, you're unwrapping. Okay.
And you do cylinder projection like this, it does this crap. That's not even like that's. I mean, I don't even know how to read that. You know what I mean? Like,
you have
I mean, like, there's no way to make this work. There we go. Align to object apparently is the way to make it work. Okay, gotcha.
I don't know what it. Ooh, that's weird. That hole's weird.
Welcome to my world.
I'd cut that differently. That's weird.
Although, hey, align to object is good because now I know how big this needs to be because this is the other side of it.
Is it an oval cylinder?
Yeah, there's an oval booleaned out of it. So I've got this is what we call a transfer tube. There are no elevators on my ships because that's ridiculous. It just occurred to me we don't need elevators. If you've got gravity control, then all you need is a tube between two decks with no gravity in it and handholds.
Yeah.
So you just step into the tube and then pull yourself up to the next deck, stop, step out of the tube, and if you've got control of gravity, then you can control the gravity in a tube. So you might as well not have. That way you can have an infinite number of people going up and down these tubes and not have to wait for an elevator to come by.
That's fair.
But if you don't know those tubes can be filled, and if they're filled, what happens to your own information?
Well, I mean, you're going to have the same problems you would have if you if you had an
The
elevator.
spaceship is a series of tubes.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I mean, hallways are effectively tubes. They're just square tubes going the other direction.
But do you select the gravity there so that you move faster like an elevator?
Well, that's the thing. Like on the upper on all of these things, you have right. So off the gravity to see who's paying attention.
Ooh.
That's kind of the trick, is we got to kind of figure out all of the. I forgot what you were saying because I read Brent and totally just spaced out. Sorry. You were saying
How
something very
dare
important,
you.
I'm sure.
It's all right.
That's a
We've
very
grown accustomed to it, Guy.
yeah, right. That's a very drab color you're moving on to here now.
Very drab color, you think?
Well, you're moving from baby poop towards drab. That's an improvement.
Yeah.
It kind of has like a pea color to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Like lima bean.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Okay.
Lima
I like a
Alright.
lima bean.
All
Is
right.
Bill into lima beans?
No, I
Oh.
actually don't like lima beans at
I
all.
can't stand them. They make me sick.
Oh.
It's not
I
that
love
they
them.
make me sick.
I don't know.
It's
You
The
can
not that
have
they
all
make
of
me
my lima beans.
It's not that
Yay!
lima beans make me sick. It's just the texture for some weird reason. I can eat a lot of different beans, but lima beans texture, I don't know why I can't do it.
Yep, that's me. It's like something about the texture makes me throw up. I don't know what its problem is. It makes me physically ill.
Although it was my favorite thing to grow in science class.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I've missed mulling paint so much.
Isn't it funny? Because like that's the it's like so zen.
So
So this is reversed.
is my camera shaking at all for you guys or no?
Well, I mean, it's
No,
moving a
not at
little
all.
bit, but not much. Nothing.
No.
Nothing to make you like.
I see your water on the top right moving more than the camera.
Okay, good. Yeah, because the camera's not attached to my actual desk anymore.
Nice.
So
So yeah. Brian, did we check in on your dad?
He's
not yet.
so he's they currently have him cooling. So one of the things for severe choke is that they cool down your body to lower your metabolism so that you have less cellular death and give your body more time to repair. So
Wow.
he's currently undergoing those protocols till about half an hour ago, and now they should be starting the warming process, and that'll take about a half a day to a day. So they're thinking tomorrow afternoon they can start waking him up to assess what kind of brain damage he suffered from this. So
What? So he was unconscious completely.
yeah, he didn't have oxygen to his brain for 30 minutes.
Oof.
Ooh.
Brutal.
So yeah, we were eating stew, and I actually got to see the piece of meat they pulled out from his throat. And it was like an inch and a half long. It's like, did you even bother chewing your food before you swallowed it? So
Man.
I
Brent
keep
has a
having.
question for you, Piper.
What's up?
Do you ever switch up the rotation direction
Huh?
when you're mulling? Do you ever switch up your rotation direction?
I am about to right now.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, Brian.
Sorry, I just want to get
Yeah.
that one out there. But as you were
No,
saying,
that's good. So yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. I've been going through because I made the stew and I couldn't. I performed the initial Heimlich and the chest compressions, and I couldn't get it dislodged. And even the hospital was saying it would have been impossible for me because it was very difficult for them.
Right. And they had tools.
And they had tools.
Yeah.
And like the stew meat was very, very soft. So it was a perfect storm of
It
bad
fit
things
really
that
well in
happened.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would fit really well. Yeah.
So I'm trying very hard not to blame myself for it, but
Right.
it's hard.
I know it's silly to say I don't blame you. But yeah, I don't blame you, man. It seems kind of ridiculous to say that.
I'm sorry. That was damn it, guy.
But I mean, it's like I totally understand. It's funny. I don't blame you for blaming yourself. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense. But it literally is what I'm, thinking, which is I've been down that road, and you're sitting there just second guessing yourself and everything like that. It's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
I'll be realistic with you. I would probably be in the same place where you are at mentally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I mean. I'd be there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's not your fault, and obviously, we know that it's not your fault, but we totally would have been. We would have done the same thing in your shoes.
Well, and
you know it's not your fault too. So I mean, it's not like, but it's one of those you can know that until the cows come home. That's not going to make any difference.
And I mean, as a person who has a parent who eats super fast, it is always a worry that they will swallow something that is like super large.
Yeah.
Compared to what you're supposed to swallow when you're eating.
Well, and it's a double-edged sword because he eats super fast. And then on top of that, he's always had kind of a messed up throat, so things get caught in his throat pretty easily.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
that's a dangerous combo.
He doesn't do anything to try to slow down or make it easier for him to swallow. And so...
Right.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Well, we're here for you.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of that's a for better or for worse moment. I mean, really. Because it is us, after all.
I mean, so long as no one else is blaming you and stuff, I think you're okay. And if anyone else blames you, you can just send us, send them my way.
And we will beat on them mercilessly.
No,
I will get
Brent.
out.
No, and like even
Brent's gonna fly.
Mom and myself we're trying to hold each other up, and we're keeping tabs on each other through this, and so there's no blame between me and her over this. We did everything we could. We reacted as fast as we could. When it looked like we couldn't do anything more, I was instantly on the phone with 911.
Was your dad the one that was at
the con? Yeah.
Yes.
RMC with you?
Yeah.
That was your dad? Okay.
Yeah.
at the anime hangout.
I was like, did I meet your dad? Yeah, I have met your dad then. Okay.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I like him.
So, yeah, that's why I wasn't here yesterday. But
Well, that we blame you for. There's just
Yeah.
nothing you can do about that. I mean,
that was a whole
sorry.
different thing right there.
Jesus.
Sorry, that one snuck up.
Well, I mean,
That was so 12 of you, man.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. Well, you were marginally excused for not being here yesterday for that.
marginally excused.
Marginally.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
He was at a hospital. For me, hospitals are like going to a convention for other people and tiring me out. I hate going to hospitals.
I am not keen on them.
So,
Yeah. I am. I
After-
would love to sit here and say that I am totally keen on hospitals, but no, you're right. Me neither.
After
Better things to do in
Dad,
my life.
after Dad's 2 months with meningitis at Anschutz a couple of years ago, and then my whole bout with COVID, I am so done with hospitals.
That's fair.
Ever again.
I worked in a hospital, so I totally understand.
I think the first time I went to a hospital was right after, I believe I was like 4 or 5, and my dad had gotten into a car accident. I had to wait out in the hall while everyone else went into the room because I was too young to go into the hospital room.
Mm.
So I think that was when he flipped his truck.
I mean,
He's done
personally,
that a
I'd
lot.
rather he just flipped his truck off.
No. I'm talking about my parents in Florida, so
Yeah,
I'm literally meaning flipping a truck.
I know. I know
Why
you.
won't you rotate? There we go.
Well, yes, you have to, in Florida, instead of rotating your tires, you have to rotate your truck so that you have
Right.
to drive on the roof of it every
Very
so
often, just to make sure it still works.
Yeah.
Just to keep the wear even between the top and the bottom of the
Yep. Exactly. You get it.
I've spent way
This
too
is
many
the narrow transfer tube, which is the one that we want only from the bridge. Then there will be the not narrow transfer tube.
Oh. My clock. I mean, my. Where did I put that? Did it fall? Where did I put my phone? Swear to God, I'm losing my mind.
Oh no, my phone's in front of me because it's my camera.
I lost my mind years ago.
I lost my marbles years ago. My phone recently. There it is. Okay. Woo! Runaway Muller. Damn. That's $70 I don't want to replace.
Yeah, that's the truth. Halfway out and halfway out, guys. There we go. Because that is the normal transfer tubes through the rest of the ship.
All right.
Transfer tube that we will need for scene 3 in my comic.
Yay!
We need the little transfer tube for the bridge, which we need for like a zillion scenes. But then we need the big transfer tube for that scene where she's talking next to the transfer tube and tells Bennett she hates Bennett. Mostly because Bennett's being all pleasant and cheerful.
Hey Guy, I would have 2 different types of transfer tubes. I would actually have a transfer tube with a platform. And the reason being is you can use that for when you have important scenes with characters that might not necessarily be used to being on a starship and going up and down transfer tubes. So like the regular personnel would take the normal tubes, but if you had like dignitaries on the ship, you'd have like special tubes for them that have platforms.
It's an interesting idea. I would think of this in a different way though, which is that kind of sounds like, if you have elevators today for certain dignities, you want to make sure you have stairs. You know what I mean? I think everybody who's space conscious would be able to use transfer tubes.
I'm kind of with Brian on this.
I'm actually thinking of this from a story standpoint.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes you want to have just people standing around talking and not flying around.
So, and I totally agree with you. Not disagreeing.
Are we talking about random background characters?
No, I'm talking about if he ever had a situation in which he was transferring, let's say, some dignitary from planet blah blah blah, and he needed to have a important scene where they were talking in the transport tubes.
Mm-hmm.
To have a transport tube for a platform because maybe they aren't used to space. And it adds that element that not everybody in the space opera is necessarily used to space. And you can use that as kind of a character dynamic.
Though I don't disagree with you, the only problem I've got is that there's only 5 decks on what actually made me think of transfer tubes was doing the deck plans of the ship, which I know drove Brent nuts that I had to do. But I suddenly realized that the distance between the bridge and like the quarter deck, which is like epically far apart if you look at the deck plans, but if you look at it from the side view, the distance is only about like 6 meters. So like physically only really the distance between, say, my kid's room and this room. But only if you look at it from a different, like from a Z perspective, as opposed to looking at it from an XY perspective. Because an XY perspective, it's, down 3 decks and over and, all this stuff. And I started to realize that physicality wise, we have gravity because humans don't handle well without gravity. We don't do well, like our bones decay and things like that.
Our joints stretch.
Our joints get really screwed up and stuff like that. So there has to be an artificial gravity. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
50.
Right. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I just think that it may be kind of weird on the Kittiwake because it would be a platform that moves 3 meters or a whole whopping 7 feet. You know what I mean? Like that's what this platform does is goes 7 feet.
I just want to point out that I have been on an elevator that literally only goes 7 feet. Okay, so It is completely reasonable.
It is not. It is not an unreasonable thing. I will totally. I guess I should say. I will actually totally. I will think about what you're saying because you're probably right.
Yeah. Now here's my take on this. your main ship of your story is not a very large ship
No,
compared
tiny,
to others in the fleet, right?
tiny little ship. Yep, she's a
Yeah.
Corvette. Smallest ship you can get.
If they are transporting a dignitary, the dignitary would probably be rude as hell to them.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And you could basically make the dignitary comment, well, seeming that they gave me this insulting ship for transportation, you guys don't even have a platform elevator for me to get to my quarters now.
Right.
Now you're going to make me do manual labor to get to it. You know, like you could
I want
really
to talk to
mark
your
it up with it.
manager.
Right.
Yeah, like
Right.
I
On
would
board, Karen.
totally have you draw a Waxana Troy Karen.
Right.
You know, I mean, in Waxana Troy, she had her moments. She was much better. She was a lot easier to deal with than people think, character wise. But making one like her and a Karen, that would be amazing.
Not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
You know, and the only reason why they got the assignment was literally because they were going that way, and you could have Chang actually under basically she be told, this is a trial mission to see if you actually, have your shit together.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Type deal.
And we definitely have that going on too. God. Jeez Louise.
What's going on?
Rebuilding it. Look at what it did to the UV map. My UV map's trashed. God.
What is going on there?
Yep. Time to fix the UV map. Ladies and germs. Oh gosh.
The hardest part in 3D.
Yeah, but this is the bridge.
That's literally, I think, what it is. The hardest part in 3D is just UV maps. After that, not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, and it won't be bad. I know better this time around than I did the last time I did this, so I've got a much better idea of how I'm going to deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know how to do project from view before, so I was trying to unwrap in weird ways, and it was just not working very well. So, like, we don't need to do complicated things here. We just project from view, and that becomes there.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
Moment of truth, folks. There we go. What do you guys think of the color on the paper?
I
Can't
can't
even
see
see
it.
it.
Yeah, it's too light. We're gonna have to.
I mean,
All
you're
right,
also your
hold
camera's
on.
pretty far. Just pull it up. If you bring it
Yeah,
up,
just
so I
hold
can
it up.
see better.
You should be fine.
Better?
Hold it up to the camera more.
Okay, hold on.
There we go. We can see a little bit better there. A little lower.
That looks, this looks all
That's
right.
not bad. That's not bad.
It's definitely a very light, organic looking green.
It is
Okay.
like a springish green.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to start filling some of these pans.
It'd be a cool one to use for like mixing with stuff too, probably.
Yeah, I can see that too. The only problem I have with mixing with paint that's like 3 or 4 pigments with another color, sometimes it doesn't always work out. It muddies things.
True.
So, but what I have here is a pan that I promised to use, and I bought a long time ago, and I had planned on doing what I'm actually doing tonight.
Uh-oh. Brian just
We lost
dumped out on
Brian.
OBS.
No, I'm trying to get my.
It was intentional.
Yeah, it's intentional.
As long as it's intentional.
No, Guy, he doesn't like you anymore, and he had no way of telling you.
Huh?
Huh?
That's like this left turn.
Sorry. I'm in a mood. All right. One color. So, yeah, so the pans I'm filling right now are from a guy in the Netherlands who uses recycled PLA plastics for 3D printing.
Cool.
The hell?
And the person that I follow that came up with Pigment Roulette buys her pans that are in the shape of cockatiels from him.
Cockatiel pans?
Yeah, they're little burbs.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. He also made like a really cool Easter egg palette pan that I got. So like it's in the form of like an actual Easter egg. That's cool. I really dug that one. And I have him working on a possible prototype for a pan palette, essentially, like a whole entire palette for my long awaited Halloween palette, where basically I fill a bunch of paint with Halloween like colors.
What the heck is going on with this thing?
So but well, I'm just happy that you guys like the color.
I like it.
Now, mind you, this is Bill's, so
We don't get
ultimately he's gonna probably tell me what he thinks of the color too.
I'm so curious what he thinks of.
Well, I'm thinking
He
he'll
walks
probably
in,
be like
looks
you
at
guys.
it, and starts screaming, "My eyes, my eyes!"
If he does that, I think he'll be in a lot more trouble.
Pepper will be crying.
No, I wouldn't be crying. I would be like, "Why would you say that the color's bad?" And he's like, "I don't like it. I don't like it."
I thought you loved me.
That's it, Bill. I'm stopping illustration. Just make paint. And now you're saying this? No. I don't think I could stop drawing even if I wanted to, so
Yeah, I hate to say this, but there's no way we're stopping. Cold dead hands. Couldn't even get my pencil out of it.
But why
I
does it
feel
always
like I
say
have-
Rosebud?
Right, exactly.
there is a hotel
Called Rose.
near me called the Rosebud.
Rosebud.
And I just want to point out like one thing, like it does not look like Schitt's Creek's Rosebud.
I love that show. Such a good show.
Oh. So what's everyone up to?
Working on proportions.
I fixed this page. It isn't as offensive to me anymore.
Well, that's good.
And that was the problem. Was the other page, the first was very bland. Like they were, it was mostly just head talking, and I didn't like that.
The heads didn't like it either. I didn't want
No,
to tell you that because I was afraid that they'd, they were afraid that they'd make you mad and stuff. But
well, they're not nearly as verbally abusive as some of my other characters are.
also true. I am grateful to have 2 show times a day right now because I've got an awful lot of last minute tie ups to do before I can roll my comic. And so I'm actually very grateful to the fact that we've got 2 hours, that I'm running 2 hours in the day. And
Where are you rolling it to?
well, same place as everywhere else, I guess. Down the hill, into the river, and where the
Through the
bodies
woods?
are. It's
Are
always
you
where the
going
bodies
through
are.
the woods?
To grandmother's house? No, no, no.
That's ridiculous.
No one would ever believe this turn of events. And you call yourself a fantasy sci-fi author.
Right? Right. What is my problem? What is going on? The normals are all weird. I'm having really weird normal problems. It's
My
not
normals
normal.
aren't normal.
My normals are not normal.
Well, here's a news flash. We're not all normal here.
You know what? If you guys were, I wouldn't hang with you.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm just saying. Normal people are boring.
True.
I agree with that statement. Hmm. Ooh. I don't know if I'm mesmerizing anyone with the paint flow.
I can't even see what you're doing.
I'm watching.
Oh, wait, like, can you not see my camera, Brian? Or
No, your camera's working. It's just your camera's really far from what you're doing.
And
oh,
you're also like underneath your name.
oh, okay. No, no! I just spilled paint. I'm gonna cry.
Hey!
Birthday boy's back. Birthday boy came back for birthday.
I know,
cuddles.
right? Birthday boy wants lots of love tonight. I don't know what birthday boy's problem is.
Like, it's my day.
I get all the scritches. I get all the scritches. I think it's
There was
totally
time
appropriate.
now. Time.
And it was totally obvious that was the cat we needed when we went to the shelter, because he was part of the kittens that were born on May the 4th. I was like, well, that seems like the totally appropriate cat for us to get. Star Wars cat. Makes sense.
One of my coworkers actually dressed up today, and I thought that was awesome.
Oh, that's pretty kick-ass.
He walked in and he's like, "Yep." Walked in, looked at the boss, I'm like, "What's up?" And the boss is like, "That's cool," and just walked away. He's like, "Yep, this is why I don't ask anymore." But yeah, he was all Jedi'd out, and then he's taking tomorrow off, and he comes back on the 6th. And I'm like, "Are you gonna dress up as a Sith?" He's like, "I'm debating it."
Fair.
I was like, disappear for the 5th and then come back as the 6th. That'd be cool.
I had to hold myself back. My inner Catholic child wanted to keep saying every single time someone said, "May the 4th be with you." I wanted to say, "And also with you."
No, I said that to everybody. I think it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, man, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, and for some unknown reason, the Catholic Church decided to change that line. So now when like I'm at church, it's like super weird because I only go with like family event type stuff. So not to say I'm Catholic, folks. I do not practice.
I was wondering. I was like, I didn't know you went to church.
No. When I go for like a funeral or a wedding or some type of family event, I go to church then, but I don't go to church as a practicing type member of that church.
As a practice, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's like me. I only go when pretty much if I ever go to church, it's like 2 times out of the year. It's not. Well, now I actually don't have to go anymore on Mother's Day because my mom's out of town because she lives out in a different state now. But it was always Mother's Day and Christmas. Usually is when they always got me.
When they got you?
Yep.
Oh God.
Mother's Day, my mom got to choose whatever she wanted to do, and she was like, "I want to go to church." I'm like, "Guess we're going to church."
Yeah. For me, we went for like Mother's Day and Father's Day and stuff. So like on Father's Day, the kids would go up, and in order to like basically honor your mother in the church I went to, they had us go up and pick up rosaries like for your finger.
Father's Day?
On Father's Day and on Mother's Day. Yeah.
Good heavens. Yeah, quite literally.
So like the Mother's Day ones were always pink and the Father's Day ones were always blue.
That makes sense.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
I overfilled that.
I don't have. I grew up in a secular household, so I don't have any of those traditions, and I don't carry those traditions. So there was a period of time where I was fascinated. I would have gone with you anytime to a church, and I still would. I love going to church and like seeing how everybody does stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I find it a whole lot of fun, but I don't believe in any of it. So it's kind of like, I don't know, going to a rodeo or something like that, where you're like, hey, this is kind of cool. You guys are riding around with horses. To me, it's just so, it's a whole bunch of like.
I just got this mental image of a priest riding the altar.
I hate to tell you this, but there's a thing in Texas called Cowboy Church. I'm not kidding.
Doesn't surprise me.
It's enough to kill you right there. I'm just saying.
First, I've been to a Christian church that had like the snake venom and everything.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
Those people scare me.
Yep. No, and I mean, truth of the matter is I don't mind at all. I think church is awesome. I think that's great. Have a ball, have a field day,
Yeah, I mean, as much as like I told Bill, like I don't want to force a religion on our kids, but like if they want to explore, find out what works for them, great. I'm not knocking it. If they
More power to
decide
them.
that if they decide to go with my mom or my mother-in-law to church, both of them are Catholic. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Wakes for me.
Waits
yeah.
for me.
Yeah. I mean, I have sisters who are really like they're all about that Catholic life, man.
Hey.
So,
Yeah, like I said, I always find it fascinating. I have absolutely nothing against it. I just, you know, I grew up secular, so I've got nothing. I actually am much more comfortable, though, generally like powwow. Strangely.
Guy, I think you would be very welcomed if you went to like a traditional pagan ceremony too.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I'd have a blast.
yeah.
That'd be so much fun.
Like a
That
traditional
sounds like fun.
Samhain, I think you would have a blast at. And I think you would also have like a very good like Beltane experience as well.
I think so, too. I agree. I think that'd
Beltane
be
is where
so much fun.
they have the maypole and like they go around and they weave ribbons and stuff all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could totally see you down for like
I'd
wanting to
maypole.
do that.
Yeah, don't think I wouldn't maypole. I'd totally maypole. It'd be a thing. Be so cool. Some of these are definitely the normals are flipped. There's something going on here because I'm getting weird.
You're getting Weird Al Yankovic vibes.
Yeah. You looking at this here,
Oh.
Colton? You see how
I think
it's
so. Hold on.
see how it's gray in the center here like this? But these are the ones that are really weird.
I gotta zoom out. Do.
I've
So what
selected
you
all the
think of
faces on the inside, and you can see how this face isn't even on. This one's definitely a flipped normal.
Do you have
This
two
is the one
faces
that-
in there?
Well, that's what I thought too, but these are just extruded.
Do you have the only other thing I could think of is you have multiple points at each corner.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I
they're
should
not
be,
connecting
though.
properly.
Like I said, these are extruded. I'd understand on one part of this because it was screwed up.
Vertexes. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for.
Vertices.
Yeah, vertices.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I don't know. It's just weird.
How many
Okay.
vertices are in that in one of those faces?
That's a good question.
That's something I always check when I start getting that because usually I'll have like a vert that wasn't welded or something. So somehow there was two verts put in there.
and two
Woo.
verts don't make a right.
All
They
right.
do if they're pointing in the right direction.
Part of it might be that there was a modifier running on it.
Oh, that might be it.
Yep, that was exactly what it was. There was
Was
a
it?
modifier running on it.
Ah,
Triangulate.
There you go.
Let's see if that.
Oh yeah, triangulate running.
Yeah. That
Uh-huh.
was it. That was it.
There
That
you
was our
go.
problem.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, that fixed it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that was what was going on. There was a modifier running. Better.
Is Brent's picture a dragon?
Yes. And I
Oh,
drew
okay.
it.
Oh, okay.
So don't make too much fun of it. Knowing that I have weird geometry, I went ahead and just ran a triangulate on this so that I don't get any flipped weird geometry coming in from this.
Oh, you shrunk it. I was like, what?
When I worked at Time Warner, I had a buddy who was pagan. It was fun.
How's your comic, Brian?
It's coming.
That's good. What page are you on?
7.
Okay.
Of volume 6.
I'm not
I
that
think Brian,
fast.
that would not be far from the truth.
I'm
Brian,
not that fast.
I hate to say this. You bring this on yourself.
I am
Are you
not
filling
an
bottle
animal.
caps? Those are bottle caps, right, Pepper?
Yep. I recycle bottle caps
There you go.
for pans, paint pans.
Nice.
These particular bottle caps actually come from a restaurant down in the Springs that basically they have like bottle cap collectors all around the restaurant. And I just went in there and I was like, I just want some bottle caps. Can I take them? And they're like, sure.
Nice.
No questions asked. They were like, what exactly are you doing with them? And I'm like, I make watercolor paint. And they're like, so how does this work? And I was like, I put the paint in the bottle caps. And they're
They're
like,
oh, cool.
oh, okay. So I'm recycling the bottle caps. And they don't have to throw them away.
Nice.
And they now have a story about what
Yeah, I was going to say the story.
person's recycling plan is.
I mean, legitimately, that's like what I like to. I mean, it would have been worth giving you all my bottle caps just for that story.
Dang it!
Wrong layer.
Time to do the overlay.
Yep. And that was a lot of work too.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go mush.
Let me see if you're in the thumb nailing stage, though. It's not that bad.
I'm on the inking stage for this page.
Well, he was to be fair, he was thumbnailing the whole thing out yesterday. So, he should be by now finished with the whole book.
I'm not that fast.
No guy, man.
Jeez, the sass tonight.
I know.
It is
But it's only because we love
blast.
you. It is totally because we love you. We would never do that if we didn't love you. Just saying.
The Sassathon
So are you triangulating
5000.
Do what?
Are you triangulating everything?
I just went ahead and just hit triangulate on the entire model. That way I don't have any. Have you? So Daz 3D has real issues with 4-point faces.
Uh-huh.
If they aren't flat,
Oh.
it really freaks out. So it's better for me to just triangulate the entire thing than to load it into Daz, then all of a sudden have one of the faces crossing through another face. And I have to
Okay.
redo the whole damn thing.
I was just wondering, I was like, most triangulation only happens in video games. They don't really triangulate when you're just texturing.
Yeah. So I triangulate everything because of Daz. Daz freaks out. So, but it's all right. It works. It fixes the problem, and we're all good. So
No, that's fine. I was just kind of curious. I'm like, why is everything triangulated?
yeah, but it also is very important if you're doing a modifier that you actually pay attention and come back and finish applying your modifier, because otherwise, we just learned, it does really weird crap.
Always.
I'm just putting it on a tray now. Gonna clean up and then I'm gonna start the next color.
Are your little trays, the little square ones, are they only half full?
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to ask if you guys were looking and watching. This is actually an S half pan two color pan. So
Oh,
there's like an S in it, and so I have room for another color in the same pan.
That's
okay. That's
actually kinda
cool. I was wondering, I was
cute.
looking at them like on your desk. I'm like, is that just because they're not settling? That's weird.
Yeah, no, no, not at all. It's not weird. It's
Huh,
quite
that's cool.
normal.
and adorable.
Yeah.
And adorable.
Well, it is. They're very cute. Those little S pans are adorable.
Yeah, I have. Hold on. I have another pan. It's a Let me get it real quick. It's by the same person that did the S pans for me that I was talking about. Let me see if these are them. Oh yeah. So not at the point to use these, but this is a full pan, but done in thirds. So I
Oh,
can fit three
I
colors.
saw it in the light. Yeah, okay.
I get
Yeah.
it. That's cool.
So, this one I'm probably gonna do another color combo.
That's cool.
That's for sure. But yeah, I have to wait a little bit for that one. Yeah. All right. Well, not gonna clean itself. Be right back.
That's why I like having a lot of us on here. Actually,
Have
was
fun
really
cleaning your
about
glass.
Oh, I will.
I was just
Clean up.
talking to that actually was extremely useful to be able to just turn the microphone off because my kid had been kind of doing something that my wife and I needed to talk about. But I had been out at that meeting,
Right.
and so it was like I didn't get to powwow and get kind of in the right, I didn't get to talk to her, so it's kind of useful having all of you guys on here. You guys were all talking about paint and things like that, and so I just turned off my mic and went over and chatted with her for a minute.
That's cool.
So I was like, this is kind of cool because when it's my show and only I'm on here and I'm the only one on here, it feels kind of sorry guys, I can't really just
Be right back.
yeah, because like in a few minutes here, I'm gonna go downstairs and get some tea because I don't have anything to drink or anything like that up here because I just came up here, ran in here, and turned everything on.
He does sound good though.
Yeah, right. Seems like we need some tea. I am feeling like we're getting pretty close to complete here.
Now you mentioned
Hey,
that. I'm going to use the
hey,
restroom and get tea. I'll be back.
You're gonna rest. See you in a sec.
Hey, Guy, I'm working on your favorite T-shirt right now.
Oh yeah. Oh man. All right.
Is it literally just me now?
Nope, it's me.
Okay.
I'm here too. I'm just hating on what I just missed. So that's I missed one of my vertices, and so now I'm having to go back and undo it. There we go.
So yeah,
Of our
neither Mom or I got very much sleep last night.
Yeah, I can't imagine you guys getting much sleep. If you need to bow out, you can.
Yeah, I'm fine for right now.
Yep, I'm good too. Well, we only have 45 minutes left. I mean, it's not like
Wow, is it already 11?
it's 11:15.
So, like yesterday, I was expecting. So the
You were
hospital has
expecting?
the hospital has a policy where no visitors after 10 o'clock.
Right.
So I was hoping to get back at least for the last couple of minutes. But what happened was because he had gotten up to the ICU so late and they were still kind of working with him, they just had to sit in the waiting room and wait while they finished stuff up. So we were there till like almost 11:30 waiting on
Uh-huh.
them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's brutal.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
To the stage of history.
No, this is just a tribute. So what do you think of the new Weird Al Yankovic movie?
With Daniel Radcliffe, I think that adds an entire level of awesome to it that I just don't even know what to do.
You made a movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Daniel Radcliffe plays Weird Al.
Hmm.
Imagine Harry Potter as Weird Al. It is awesome. It is like the weirdest thing you could. It is just
have
because
you
he's
seen the
good at it.
trailer for it,
He's
Colton?
good at it. He's good at doing Weird Al, but you
Nope.
can't. But you can't unsee that it's Daniel Radcliffe, right? So he's doing Weird Al, and it works, and it's just so freaking funny. And I'm like, this couldn't have been more perfect because it's just as bizarre as it really should be if it's Weird Al.
All right. Okay. So got that all done. How much of the show do we have left?
45 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do another color. No, okay, so here's the deal. I just
You
realized I
don't
want
do
to
you.
Yeah, no, I basically I did these. I have to wait for these to dry completely, like at least on the top somewhat, because I'm gonna do the next color inside the other side.
Sure.
Hmm.
So if I do that, like I have to wait until the other side dries so that I don't like accidentally spill it over and not have a way to clean it up.
Right. And mix them
So
on accident.
yeah. But I mean right now they all look good. But as they dry they'll sink in.
Right.
So then you have to refill them. So I think I'm gonna switch my camera and stuff over so that I'm back over here and talking.
We got a scene change. It's a pepper face.
So,
A very different microphone too. I love it.
but the next one that I have to do, I don't know if I want to use that much purple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure out on how much I want to use. There we go. Because that one, I switched one of the colors. I know it's supposed to be random, and I know all of that, but I had Armenian purple ochre and manganese purple, and I just didn't want another purple on purple.
Okay.
You know.
Right.
So I did something silly, and I added a red in it with the Prussian blue, and I'm hoping that it comes out with like some really cool looking bluish purple, or a dark purple, so to speak. With the pale green, I think it would go very well. So, but yeah, it's kind of sagey. The color, I mean,
The one you just made?
yeah, it's kind of like a really good sagey type color. Maybe I should recall it sagey. I don't know.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Not
Go get tea. I'll be right back.
Tea.
And now it's the opposite group.
One knuckle, two knuckle.
What about the free nipples?
It was pretty funny. There was a conversation I was having with somebody that's an artist as well. And we were talking about how a lot of people that you'll start talking to, or like you'll be at like a show or something, and they're just like, keep doing it. You're almost there. You'll get there one day. Like, keep following your dreams, like with art or everything like that. Is like, do you think this ever stops? Do you think I ever stop doing this?
I know some people who have.
Have stopped?
Yeah.
Like completely, never touched a pencil ever again. Don't
Yeah.
even do a doodle.
Yeah, they became a writer,
And they don't doodle?
and they don't doodle.
Huh.
They don't even draw their own covers anymore for their books.
I mean, that one's fair. Covers are so different nowadays.
And they went to art school, and they found out that they're just not good enough, so they're not drawing anymore. And I actually kind of feel a little sad for them because they were a damn good artist.
They're lost.
Yeah.
My whole thing is I went to art school with a bunch of people, and I'll be realistic. Some of them would ask people straight up, "Do you think I'm a good artist?" And I don't know. The art school I went to was kind of really rough on people, so they would straight up tell people, "No, you're not good." But
Damn.
yeah, I mean, realistically, though, I went to a school that was literally formed by a millionaire so his daughters could go to school close by.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, here's even better. They wanted to move out because they wanted to have their own life. So
Huh?
he made dormitories. One daughter was named Star, the other one was Chateau. Guess what the dormitory names are?
Mm-hmm.
Star and Chateau.
I think the chateau makes a different kind of house now, but
You mean a French castle? Yeah. No, I actually went to because the school that I went to was sold and purchased by the Art Institute, like right before I graduated. Um, that's why I have accreditation on my classes and my degree. Thank God. Um, yeah, I went to this guy's house, and I was just like, "Huh, okay." And everyone's like, "This house is really impressive." Me and my mom were there for like 10 minutes, and we were like, "This is a very boring house." And it's because like my mom and me have actually been inside rich people's homes before, so it's like, yeah, it wasn't very impressive
mm-hmm.
to us. So it was just like, okay. But yeah, the whole entire school that I went to, I mean, it's still a good school. It has really good programs.
Is
Not
it
not
still going now that since you said the art institutes the one
the
that
art
bottom?
institute. Yeah, the art institute bottom. They improved the school to make it a university because they added like a ton of master's programs. Um, and then by the time I left the school, they were getting approved for doctoral programs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the school itself was more internationally known um, than was known for stateside.
Huh.
Not their graphic design program, but
Nope. Whatever it is we're into, you can guarantee nobody knows what it is.
um,
Not even we know it.
We don't even know what we're doing.
but their fashion design program like basically drew people from all over. Um, so because one of my friends had a roommate that came all the way from Japan
Damn.
to study. She's the one that sat there and told me straight up that my Japanese looked like an American doing Japanese.
What?
Um, she said I wrote in kanji too much.
Oh.
Mm.
That's funny. What I get whenever I speak Japanese is you sound like a mix between a principal and a 14-year-old girl.
A 14-year-old girl and a principal?
Well, a mix between
I've
the
seen
two.
that anime.
Yeah.
No, that's a hentai, Brian, not an anime.
Yeah, because
Done
apparently
by
like,
J-List.
it was what I was very close to my principal and
Mhm.
at my school. And so a lot of the Japanese I picked up was from him. But then the ones who really were into English were the girls. I only had one boy in my English clubs.
Mhm.
You know, in all the years that I was there, it was only one boy. It was all girls. So I started picking up their Japanese slang. So apparently my Japanese sounds like a mix between the two, like high class Kocho sensei and like Ichinensei or Ninensei junior hires. Girls.
There is something funny about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the stuff that I was like writing and stuff like that, Mayako said that I used a form of I that is neither male nor female, and I used it inappropriately.
Yep. Do you use uchi?
I believe that's what it was. Yes.
Mm-hmm. You'll get yourself in trouble if you do that wrong. Or if you use boku, but you're a woman, it comes across weird.
Well, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Did you use watashi with a K, with a ku?
I was spelling it out in kanji. Okay,
Right.
I just want to throw this out there.
Well, if you were writing it in kanji, then you can't. Then watashi. First of all, I don't even think I know what boku is in kanji. So, if you were writing boku in kanji, that's like
Basically, she said that it sounded like she said it looked American because it looked like a kindergartner learning on how to write. That's basically what it was. And she said that I tended to form my sentences incorrectly. So she actually like did the proper thing for me and gave me everything I needed to do.
that's funny
Yeah.
and nice of her.
It was. It was.
You're nice of her.
Yeah. No. When I first met her, like, I'm just happy she got. When I first met her, she was in a. I don't know if I would call it an arranged parental thing or not.
Neat.
From what I'm understanding, this particular person that I'm referring to, she had, first of all, her last name I thought was pretty common among our students that were from Japan, but apparently, nope, no, she's actually from a more well to do family in Tokyo. So,
Well, you won't necessarily pull that from her name, though.
no, that's what I just heard through the grapevine.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't get that from her name directly. Because, I mean, I had Kimuras that were wealthy to do Kimuras, and like Kimura is the most common name ever.
She's associated with a car manufacturer.
Yep. Well, and it depends on whether she had the D or whether she had the T. Whether it was a da or a ta. That makes all the difference.
Oh, I was like, what?
Because that family changed their name.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about that family. I'm talking about another family.
Okay.
That didn't change their name.
Too better.
No.
Starts with a, yeah. Well, if you're talking about the one that I think you're talking about, that one's that actually is the same family. That's the school of my dojo.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone tried to ask for her to bring back a high school girl uniform from Japan for them.
Oh, for crying out loud. Grow up.
Oh, no. Her reaction was even better. She basically looked at them because this person had me ask her because I was going to see her. And so I'm like, yeah, this person wanted me to ask you this. And she's like, why would anyone want those? Like, she like straight up, she was just like, no, I'm not. Well, A, I'm not getting it. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And B, They're itchy and annoying.
And usually sweaty.
Yeah, she was just like, they're not
It's so funny
comfortable
because
at all.
that was definitely one of the things that occurred to me in the reality check of working in a school is, man, some of the aspects of school now, I'll watch the anime and I can get the smell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like all the kids out there running track and field, well, you're not allowed to wear deodorant in junior high. It's forbidden.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there's no air conditioning except in the teacher's room.
Hmm.
So,
Strong is what you're
fourth
trying to say.
period, yeah, when they come back in from, yeah, oof, we'd
That's
open all the windows in the classroom. Yeah. So, needless to say, now when I see them doing undokai, the sports day, the smell, I get the smell. It's very, very visceral. It's a very visceral thing. I loved my kids to the end of the earth. I did not love summer days. Oof, that was serious.
Yeah, I think I can actually share that experience with you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a school, my junior high and even elementary and um, such. They had field days
Mm-hmm. Yep. Undo.
where it was like a competition type deal with
Mm-hmm.
the other, because we had more than one class um, competing against one another. Um, Gotta say, not the greatest thing.
Nope.
No,
Oof.
that was not the greatest thing in the world.
That was brutal.
What makes it worse, though, is knowing, like, you have it. And my junior high did not have showers.
Mm-mm. We had showers, but nobody showered.
Yeah.
And we had them. I don't know. It's actually kind of useful on days when I would ride in on a bike. It was useful that there were showers there, especially in the middle of summer and it's like 41 degrees or something ridiculously stupid.
Yeah.
Way out of it, way over my threshold of pain. I can't. I just heard recently it was like pushing 50 degrees in India. That's 140 degrees Fahrenheit.
Pass.
That's not real.
You're
I'm
saying
like,
50 degrees Celsius?
yeah,
Oh, I
it
do
must
not.
be 60. I think it's 60 because I think I've been in 50 degrees and I didn't like that at all. It was 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees. Parts of India. Holy crap! It was.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
You
Nope.
can
I'm done.
experience that here in the United States just by going to Death Valley.
Yeah, I've been in Death Valley. Also, a place I'm not staying. I'm just saying. It's full of bugs and heat. I don't like those two things. I am not compatible with either one of those things. I live in Colorado for a reason.
It's all good.
All right. All righty. Move all this down just enough that I. No, you didn't catch everything, did you? There we go.
but I didn't want to.
You say that now, but later you may change your mind.
You say that about me now.
We are not right, folks. You know that? I'm just saying.
You're just now figuring this out.
Nope. Not even remotely.
Crap. I gave her. Eh.
You want another wrong layer?
No. I gave her the wrong pants.
The pants, they've gone wrong.
Yeah. She should have sweats, and I gave her jeans.
The worst mistake in life.
Artist's life.
But I'm not leaving the house.
I'm not leaving the house. Why do I have pants on?
Why am I wearing jeans? I'm hanging out inside.
Why? Why did this person come to my front door? I have to put on pants.
I'd like to think of
no?
it more like
Yeah.
the song "Who Can It Be Now."
Who can it be knocking at my door?
Was that your door?
I don't know. Somebody's at
Is
my
it
door.
George?
I'm sure somebody's at my door.
Is it George?
It's
If
only.
he hears, he'll knock all day. I'll be trapped.
And here I'll have to stay.
I just want to point out that I changed the channel when it's Lionel Richie's Stalker song.
Stalker song?
Jeez.
Yeah, basically when he's singing to a blind woman.
Oh, that one. Okay, no.
That is pretty stalker, I agree.
Well, there's a Sting. Every breath she takes. I've always referred to that as the creepy stalker song.
It's
and
true.
I was listening to a factoid, and they're like, "Yeah, it's about a stalker." I'm like, "Oh my god, it actually is a creepy stalker song."
I was
Yeah.
right.
What's really funny is that Sting has been trying to convince people to stop using that at weddings because he's like, that's not what I meant it for.
That's not what it was meant to be.
Right? And so he's like, legit, guys, stop doing that. Stop. And people are like, oh, this is a great song.
It's our song, baby. And yeah, I wonder why.
No, it's not.
All of a sudden we see a new rendition of Beauty and the Beast. And all we see is like Beast basically playing the song, and that she's in the yellow dress and they're dancing around the ballroom type deal to that song. And everyone's just like, thank you, Disney, for confirming what we all knew already.
Yeah, nobody's missing that one.
Not yet.
We knew.
All right. That's a good hand, actually. That's the hand I want. Perfect. So you can see it better.
I'm going to have to go back to the dentist tomorrow, and I'm annoyed by that.
Why?
You do.
Oh, that filling came out again. They put it so
I was like, so it's not doing it. It's not filling anything.
I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it.
You're just not feeling it, so you have to go back.
I have to go back. So I had this tooth, and it's a molar. So it should be noted, by the way, I'm missing the molar on the other side. They pulled it, and so I don't have.
So you're not actually missing it. It was stolen from you.
No, it's not missing. I mean, I know exactly where it is. Well, actually, I don't. I guess technically, it's been many years now, being where.
Technical.
But so I have a hole in my jaw on this side, so to speak. So if I eat on the left side, I end up gumming my food, which is unpleasant. So I only eat on my right side most of the time when I'm crunching things,
Mm-hmm.
Well, the molar on that side broke a cuspid on the crown because it's also a root canal. Don't drink a lot of soda when you're a kid, folks. It broke a cuspid.
Dad.
So I went back, and the dentist, she was like, well, I'm just going to take this entire crown off and redo it. So she did. And she's like, well, we're going to put a temporary on there, and that'll be fine. And so she put the temporary on there, and it lasted one meal, and then it came off. And I was like, really? So I said, you know what? We can just leave it off if you want. And she's like, nope, I don't want you breaking that surface. Okay, no problem. So we go back in, and then they put the temporary back on. Well, I'm nervous about this. I'm like, I don't know. This seems fishy. I think something bad's going to happen. So I'm like, okay, I'm just not going to eat on the right side. Well, that's been going on. They put this in Monday. And then tonight, I've just been battering the hell out of my gum over here trying to chew on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I'll just try. These are just French fries. What could French fries possibly broke right off? 3 French fries in, broke right off. And I'm like, fine.
And it was at this point that guy knew he fucked up.
Right. And I'm like, really? I'm over it. I'm so over it.
That's fair. I
So
would be too.
I'm like,
I mean, at least it's not as bad as how I broke a tooth. I literally was eating a rice cracker.
yep. Well, there's that. All right. Import. Let's take a look and see how badly we mess this up.
Sweet. Full hand.
It is, however, 1 unit now, and that's extraordinarily convenient. Huh. Actually, not bad. Here I was expecting some kind of horror show, and yeah, it looks pretty decent, actually. Pretty reasonable.
Okay, that page is done.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Drawing her with the right pants now.
Let's trousers, they've gone wrong.
Yeah, she has the right pants on this time.
Hey, Brian, is there anything we can do for you for your dad?
I have no idea. I'm like in one of those spots right now where it's like I don't know.
Right. If you need anything, we're here.
Yeah. Well, this has been actually really, really helpful because it's kind of gotten my mind off of things.
Oh, well, let's get your mind back onto things.
Okay.
Yeah, guy.
you're,
Geez.
you're like, this has been good because it's gotten my mind off of it. I'm like, hey, Brian, let's keep talking about this. And you're like, no, that's not. Such a mean friend. I'm a horrible friend. Ooh,
You're a meme friend? Yes, you are a meme friend.
I
Share
am.
those funny antidotes through images. Yeah, I am currently doing flats for something digitally.
Digital flats.
Yeah.
Well, Brian, if what you need is for you to be here, well, you're here.
Yeah.
You don't have to make it
7
sound
more minutes.
guy.
For 7 more minutes.
Oh. Oh. And save. I haven't saved yet.
Ooh,
Doing all that work.
yeah, that won't end well.
Yeah, I just realized I'm like, I haven't saved in a minute. I should probably save.
Save early, save often.
Right.
Okay, where am I at in my script?
Elephant rhino.
What? What?
What do you get when you mix an elephant and a rhino? Alfino.
You so funny.
Have you met me?
No, hi, I'm Colton.
Hi.
I
I'm like, I've always been this way.
heard you're the guy.
Right. I'm definitely the guy. I'm the guy that everybody's been warning you about. Stay away from him.
Yeah.
What page? It's in what, 2 pages? It's in 2 pages. Hey, Guy, I have a question for you.
Huh?
How do you.
Sorry, I heard Alexa start talking as she said that.
Yeah, she just said 5 minutes remain.
Oh, I thought she was replying to Brian. I was like,
Yeah.
that's funny.
No, she's just telling us we got 5 minutes.
Anyways,
Yes.
how do you in Clip Studio combine 2 pages to make a 2-page
Spread?
splash? Yeah, spread.
That sounds like a cat question. Because I don't know, because I haven't done one yet. So I actually sadly cannot tell you. Well, I mean, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. You know how it goes.
Or you could tell him, but you know it's the wrong information.
Right. It's privileged information. No, I think we should ask Kat, because that actually could be very useful.
For what? What are you doing?
So
Ooh,
in clip,
Okay,
we're trying to
that's
figure
actually
out.
really easy.
Oh, okay. Well, then we don't need to
So,
ask Cat.
so you click on. So if you have it on the story mode,
Mm-hmm.
if you click on the outer page, the outer number page, it'll combine with the lesser number page. So let's say, in this case, I need 8 and 9 to be combined into one.
To
If you
form
right
Voltron.
if you right click on 9, there's a selection for combine, and it'll
Oh,
combine 8 and 9 automatically.
that is useful. All right. Door frame. Always useful. We're going to need a door somewhere along the line. It's only a matter of time.
You're right, guy. He was a good idea. Tea is totally good.
Right? I totally also completely cheaped out. I didn't get tea.
You didn't get tea?
No, I went and just got ice water. Because I was
God.
kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it'll be up until 5 in the morning if I do that. So it's kind of, I don't know.
The betrayal.
Depending
We're
on the
seeing it
tea.
live,
I mean,
folks.
if you had a caffeine-free tea.
Yeah, why do that? It's kind of
I
like
actually have a
sugar-free donuts. Why would you do that?
I have caffeine-free tea in my house.
It's
I do too. That's what I had.
But Pepper, I mean, we've already established this. You're like broken. I don't know.
I'm not broken. My husband drinks it. I drink the caffeinated shit.
Right? Your husband's broken. I love him, but he's broken.
No, I was
Actually-
glad you actually said tea because I grabbed my coffee cup because it was sitting on my desk and I was like, yeah, and I took a sip and I was like, that's coffee. Oh no. I was like, I'm gonna be up for all night if I do this right now. And then you said tea. I was like, I have tea. That sounds so much better than coffee right now.
Somewhere along the line, my wife actually had made this really nice peppermint tea.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to figure out how to make that again because she poured it over ice because I don't like hot drinks. I have a real problem with I don't really go well with hot drinks. So
Okay.
I yeah. So I was like, oh, that
So you can't sip the hot tea, is what you're saying.
Right. I don't really do the hot tea. I'm just saying.
No one got my joke. Like, right over everyone's head.
I mean, this is kind of roundabout, but it'll work. Although I think I just, made it all very angry, but it's all right. No. Wow, that's really wicked, actually. It wasn't intentional, but that looks pretty cool.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah. The doors are pocket doors anyway. So that makes some sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was what I was after.
Nice.
Huh.
All right. Well, I'm going to take off because I'm going to go wind down before I go to bed.
Yep. It's 12 o'clock, guys. So see you all tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel.
I'm down.
Sweet. I'll be here.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Right.
Me too.
It could just be Colton and me making
fine.
doors.
I got plenty of. I'm not making a door, but I'll be doing stuff.
Well, What?
Well,
Like,
it could be you. It could be you and Raph and Colton.
Could be.
That's true. No, me and Raph can't be in the same room.
Right.
We
Because then we
discussed this at the
prove that
beginning of the show.
then they prove that they were two different people. That'd be weird. Okay, good night, gentlemen.
Good
All
night.
right.
Catch you
Bye,
later.
everybody.
Good
See ya.
night. See you guys later.
Bye bye.